King Charles III's week began with a military visit. On Monday morning, the 74-year-old monarch travelled to Wiltshire, England, to meet Ukrainian military recruits spending 5 weeks training with the British Army and international partner forces in the UK. The recruits are enrolled in 35 days of basic combat training and will return to fight in Ukraine amid the war with Russia. "You are amazing, I don't know how you do it. I am full of admiration," King Charles told a senior officer shortly after he arrived, according to The Independent. The king watched a short training exercise and shook hands with the soldiers, sharing the hongi with a man from New Zealand. The hongi is a traditional Maori greeting in which two people press their noses and foreheads together. The Ukrainian recruits hail from diverse professional backgrounds and range in age. Most of the trainees had limited or no military experience before this point, though some have already seen combat on the front lines. The UK has trained recruits from Ukraine since July 2022, 5 months after Russian forces launched a large-scale invasion on Feb. '24, 2022. The Ukrainian invasion is the first major land conflict in Europe in decades, and the attack ordered by Russian President Vladimir Putin has drawn condemnation around the world. Though the British royals traditionally avoid voicing political opinions, the family has shared support for Ukraine amid the ongoing invasion. King Charles met President Volodymyr Zelensky for the first time last week, welcoming the Ukrainian leader for a brief meeting at Buckingham Palace. "We've all been worried about you and thinking about your country for so long, I can't tell you," King Charles told Zelensky, 45. The two men spoke privately for about 30 minutes in the 1844 room about the continuing conflict and the part Britain has played in supporting the war-torn country. The visit came during Zelensky's surprise visit to the UK, a trip made to thank Britain for its support and meet with troops training there. Zelensky spoke in the House of Parliament before connecting with King Charles and told lawmakers that it would be a truly special moment when he met the king. In Britain, the king is an Air Force pilot, and in Ukraine today, every Air Force pilot is a king, Zelensky said, referencing Charles' service in the Royal Air Force, according to the BBC. Zelensky said that the UK is marching with us to the most important victory of our lifetime, the BBC reported. "After we win together, any aggressor will know what awaits him if he attacks international order," he said. Details of the fighting in Ukraine have changed by the day, with scores of civilians reported dead or wounded, including children, though the actual number of deaths is difficult to determine. More than 7 million have fled the country as refugees, and half are children, according to the United Nations. Millions more have been displaced inside Ukraine.